Sorry, I had to do this. Sorry, I had to do this. People.
Hold on.
Hang on, brother.
Hold on, we're gonna take care of it. Hold on.
I didn't mean to do that, but it pissed me off. I'm going to be 81 on 24.
81?
For a man being surrounded and captured by the police is named James, a former soldier. He is the one who took a gun and shot his neighbors due to numerous conflicts in life. It is known that this couple was very ill-tempered, frequently causing trouble with others for no reason. On that day, James fired his gun at them because he could no longer endure it. When being put into the police car, this 80-year-old man kept saying,
I didn't mean to do that, but it pissed me off.
9413.
Meanwhile, the other neighbors were indifferent and did not run to help the couple who had been shot. So why did everyone despise this couple so much? And what awaits Mr. James in the future? Let's continue watching together. On July 9th, 2022, the Las Cruces Police Department in Doña Ana, New Mexico, received an emergency call from a couple. The woman reported that when she and her boyfriend had just arrived home, a neighbor suddenly drew a weapon and fired at them. As soon as they received the call, the police quickly arrived at the scene. Next, let's watch the entire process through the police camera.
Hey, wanna take a picture of me, baby?
Hey, Carter, come over here, show me your hands. Keep your hands up. Walk towards me. Walk towards me. Keep walking, keep your hands up. Get down on your knees. Get down on your knees. Down on your knees. Do it then. Put your hands behind your back.
Do what?
Hands behind your back.
Ow.
Let's go, come on.
Yep. Sorry, I had to do this.
The man in front of us is the shooting suspect the police are hunting, James Theriot, who is nearly 81 years old this year. It is hard to understand what drove him to do such crazy things. Let's follow the police to find out the reasons behind his actions.
Sorry, I had to do this. People.
Police department! Can you step out, please?
We've been shot.
Okay.
They shot at us from the back.
Okay.
Look at this. My boyfriend is in there in the back and in the front.
Two
They shot us
victims,
both.
one shot in the back, one shot in the arm. Need another unit with me in 906, so we can...
Now, the police have arrived at the house of the couple who reported to the police. The person who opens the door is the one who called the police. She tells the police that her boyfriend has been shot and has fallen to the ground. The injury is quite severe, so the police immediately administer first aid to him on the spot.
Stand me up.
right now when it's time to
These people took me long enough. I'm tired of it. Sorry. Putting up with it. Hold on.
We take everything out of your pockets.
I'm gonna go ahead and stand you up.
You shot? You shot?
Yeah, I shot.
No, are you shot?
Are you hurt, sir?
Oh, no.
The officer is questioning this 80-year-old man. Mr. James admits he fired the gun because he couldn't stand his neighbors. They had been quarreling with him for a long time.
Okay, we're still gonna conduct a search, sir. I'm gonna just make sure that you don't have nothing on you. What is this? Change? Go ahead and separate your feet, sir. Go ahead and separate your feet, sir. Separate your feet.
We don't have anybody outstanding. We have the suspect detained.
Do you have any knife or anything, sir?
No.
Okay, sir.
The officers are frisking Mr. James. They want to make sure he doesn't have anything dangerous on him. Meanwhile, other police officers are still trying to give first aid to the person who was shot.
We need to scan and check for another one. Check for anything else. Yep. Here, we need to cut his clothes off. Rap man, can I tell you what happened? Yeah, there you go, Smith. Can you cut his pants off? What's your name, bro? Hey, pay attention to me. Hernandez, you guys need to cut her clothes off. We need to check and scan for different entry and exit wounds.
Meanwhile, Mr. James is still complaining about his neighbors.
I ain't gonna do
Well
nothing.
done. I know. So let's do our job, okay? And we'll get you double handcuffs. That way they're not too tight on you, okay?
But I did already did.
Okay,
I ain't
go
gonna
ahead.
do no more.
So what is it?
People me long enough.
The emergency team is currently at the scene with specialized equipment to provide urgent medical treatment to the shooting victim. James is emphasizing that he has had enough. Today, he had to deal with his neighbor, and then he will rest. The police were unaware of Mr. James's feud with his neighbor, so they went to find other neighbors in the area to understand the situation.
I was walking with my headphones and she saw a lady yelling outside from the door, so, but I didn't. I just ignored her.
Okay. So you just heard the yelling?
Yeah, just the yelling. She was yelling something.
How long ago was that?
10 minutes, 15 minutes.
You know who she was yelling with?
She just came out of the door. She was yelling to me, but like since I didn't want to get in trouble, I just keep walking.
Is there anybody else that lives here?
Somebody else?
Is there anybody else that lives here? No?
The neighbor told the police that he was wearing headphones at the time. As soon as he stepped outside, the woman screamed in his face. Since he didn't want to get involved, he left immediately. It seems he wasn't really concerned about his injured neighbor. On the other side, the police are dealing with the girlfriend of the person Mr. James shot, Fatima Otis. To provide emergency aid, the medical staff decided to take her to a nearby hospital. But instead of being grateful, Fatima showed a strange attitude. She not only liked to scold her neighbors, but also yelled at the police and medical staff.
I want my purse. Okay, I said I want my purse or I'm not leaving the property. It's black and it's on the bed. I told you guys it's on the bed. Then help me get me my purse. I need to let my daughter know so my daughter can inform my son. I cannot have you guys go for me. No, I need my purse. I will not get medical transportation until I get my purse. I need that purse. Okay, then you're not gonna let me. I'm gonna fucking go. I need my purse. You guys are not understanding how severe I need my purse and that phone.
You need medical attention right now?
Medical attention. My son is in danger. Do you not understand that?
Fatima is scolding the police and medical staff. She keeps saying that she needs the police to help retrieve her wallet and mobile phone. If she doesn't get them, she won't go to the hospital. Later during the investigation, the police learned that James's son was also present at the time, so they conducted a search of the entire neighborhood. Not long after, he was found on the street.
Hey, watch that video.
You still staying here? Where are you staying, on this one or what? Which one are you staying at? Which one? You just came back from here or what? Where were you coming from?
Later, James's son, Cody Tier, was also taken to the police station.
All right, we're gonna get up.
Yeah, well, hold on.
Come on.
Yeah, well, I'm trying.
Turn around. Sit down.
I'm gonna be 81 on 24.
81? Hey, but I bet you don't feel 81 though. You still feel a little bit younger than that.
I feel like about 91 right now.
91. Alright.
After bringing James to the police station, the police then transferred him to the interrogation room. They want to thoroughly investigate why Mr. James, despite being nearly 81 years old, still wanted to deal with his neighbor.
You mind if I call you James?
Call me anything you want. They call me Frog.
I'll call you Frog? Okay.
That's been my name since when I was in the Army.
And why do they call you Frog?
Because I was the only freshman there, and they called French people frogs.
Oh, really?
And I didn't know that, but I liked it.
I didn't know that either.
Better be called a son of a bitch.
Well, absolutely, I can understand that. All right, James, the reason we want to talk to you is about the stuff that happened out here, okay?
That's terrible.
Anything you say can will be used against you in a court of law.
I've been living there for 4 years.
Okay.
And I love it there, it's nice and quiet and everything. Then these people moved next door to me about a year and a half ago. And I'm sorry, but worthless people, and they call the cops on me like 4 or 5 times for no reason. Sometimes I'd be out there drinking a beer and they come out. And so anyway, today they called the cops on me. They called the cops because my son was there. Because my son had a little fight with her son, which he doesn't even live there. And then started yelling at him and everything. And my son took off with his girlfriend. And then they, all of a sudden, she came out and she was yelling at me because she does it all the time, And these people, her boyfriend, he's a pretty big guy, and he's already more or less threatened me a couple of times because he, he's a lot bigger than I am, I guess. So anyway, all of a sudden, they were gone, and I was sitting outside. I was drinking a few beers, and I am afraid of him and her too. So I did have a gun outside. I've been in the army. I have a right to bear arms. Absolutely. And I'm afraid that if they get a chance, they can hurt me. So I was just sitting there drinking a beer, and when they walked by, she started yelling again, and I said, shut up. And then he started coming towards me. So I reached over there and I grabbed it. And it happened so fast, I don't remember what happened. I know I shot him. I hope I didn't kill him, but I shot him. And he took off running. I shot him again, and then she was running, and I may have shot at her too. I don't know. It just happened real quick. I've been pissed off at these people for like a year now.
Okay.
I hope I didn't hurt them too bad now.
Has it ever gotten physical between you guys before?
It's all the time, man.
Where you guys are actually fist fighting and stuff like that?
No.
Okay.
No, but every time he comes by, he always looks at me, and he threatens me all the time,
Right.
And she does too, And these are people that have hardly ever worked.
Right.
He doesn't work. I served 2 terms in the military, and I worked until I was 66 years old.
From what Mr. James just said, we can summarize that his neighbors often caused trouble for no reason. They even called the police to his house to annoy him. According to James, whenever they had nothing to do, this couple would turn to bother him. The woman's large boyfriend, Carlos Pitaro, would often threaten him, and today was no exception. Mr. James is still very upset with the couple Carlos and Fatima. She is described as a crazy person, ready to verbally attack everyone in the area. Their life in San Pedro has been chaotic since this couple moved in. At this point, the police begin to interrogate Mr. James's son.
Hey, I really don't even know what happened, sir. I really don't even know what really happened. I pulled up on my bike, and then all of a sudden they just told us to get off the bike, and then they just put us straight in the back of the cop car. And I haven't even talked to nobody, or I haven't even really talked to nobody. You know what I mean? And nobody would tell me what was going on. But I know earlier today, stuff like happened at the house, where, with the neighbor shit,
And so what happened so today when the officers were out there, did you talk to them? Did you talk to the officers?
Yeah, we just, we just settled it, and it was alright.
Do you know what he shot him with? Do you know where the gun's at? You and Erica didn't take the gun, did you?
No.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay. But you don't know where the gun's at?
No.
Do you know what kind of gun it is?
I don't know what my dad, but I don't know.
Do you know your dad to own a gun?
Yeah, I know he always usually does.
And we're just trying to understand why, where did this come from? Where did this anger?
When somebody keeps picking at you.
Yeah.
My dad's a good person, dude.
Cody breaks down in the interrogation room. He said their neighbors constantly caused trouble for them, and that woman intentionally targeted them. He also asserts that his father is a good man. Later, as we learn, James was charged with first-degree conspiracy and tampering with evidence. His son was also charged with third-degree property theft. After this police video was posted, it immediately attracted attention from all sides. Some netizens commented that you should not bully those around you because you never know when they will do something impulsive. In this video, we can also find some important details. Neighbors saw the couple call the police after being shot. They did not choose to help immediately. Instead, they turned a blind eye and walked away, fearing police questioning. The reason is that they did not have a good impression of this couple. Fatima received timely first aid from the police, but while the police and medical staff tried to help, she scolded and screamed at them incomprehensibly. The woman was saved, but Carlos unfortunately died from his injuries. The judge has not yet officially sentenced James, who is charged with first-degree conspiracy and tampering with evidence. Some netizens believe that James definitely broke the law, but given the special circumstances of this case, they hope the judge and police can conduct a more thorough investigation. These people believe that many factors need to be carefully considered before making a final judgment. So, what do you think about this case? Please leave a comment below the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any interesting videos we will release in the future. Thank you for watching. Until next time.